Yo, what's happening, everybody? It's the man Josh back here. Tonight, I'm going to be doing a recap of all the games that were played today. Today is the 21st of April. I'm going to be trying to do this as a series, do it every night. I get to watch the basketball, be having a lot of time in my hands. Let me know if you guys want to see it every night. Let's get right into it. The first game we'll be talking about is going to be the Nuggets versus the Trailblazers. Nuggets ended up winning 106-105. Jokic had a phenomenal performance. Michael Porter Jr. had a great first half. Second half, he kind of slowed down a little bit. I think he went 1 for 5 in the second half, but he really needed to step up since Jamal Murray's out. Prayers up to Jamal Murray, by the way. Will Barton had a great game. Nuggets all around had a great game. Good first half, a lot of scoring. Second half really started to clamp up a lot. Jokic had a great defensive stop to seal the game, pulled the chair out from Nurkic, blocked it with his left hand. 2 games in a row, great defensive stop. People said he couldn't play defense. This is showing why he's the MVP. On the other side, Trailblazers, Dame Lillard, good game, 22 points. CJ McCollum, good game, leading the team in rebounds. Him and Covington had the most rebounds on the team. The team only got out-rebounded by, I think it was 5 rebounds. But when McCollum, a 6'4" shooting guard, is your best rebounder in statistically wise, you know you're doing something wrong. Cantor only played about 17 minutes this game. Did not get a lot of rebounds. Obviously, he's more of an offensive rebounding type of guy. Does not play a lot of defense, but here and there he does. Did not get a lot of rebounds. Nurkic only ended up with, I think it was 7 rebounds. He's got to be your leading rebounder. Playing 30 plus minutes a game, he's got to be your leading rebounder. This game really showed why Jokic is going to be the MVP. In my opinion, it should not be even close. All year he's been performing this way. You could say Steph Curry the past 2 weeks, 3 weeks, but all year Jokic has been performing. The team is living up to the hype. They're the 4th seed in the West, 38-20. They're playing great. Even without Jamal Murray, they're 4-0, and he's been almost even better. He's averaging, I think it was 26, 11, and 9, 50, 40, 9, almost 90 club as a center. You can't get much better than that. He should definitely be the MVP this year. Don't know how they're not going to give it to him. They might have recency bias with Steph Curry, but all year they should give it to him. My top 3 this year would probably be Jokic, Embiid, and Steph Curry. Those would be my top 3 personally, but Jokic keeps on showing night in, night out why he's going to be the MVP. Great defensive performances in late game situation. Great instincts to pull the chair out from Nurkic. Again, a great situation. I think it was 2 nights ago whenever they also won. He's been playing amazing. The second game we're going to be going over is the Mavericks versus the Pistons. Luka Doncic, another Luka type game, almost a 30-point triple-double, I think it was 30, 11, and 9. Kristaps Porzingis, 17 and 9, pretty efficient. The key to this Mavericks team is Jalen Brunson. He is a great overlooked backup point guard. He can run the offense when Luka's out. He can get some buckets. Tonight I think he had 20. Whenever Luka's sitting on the bench, this dude is reliable. Most teams don't have that. Like whenever LeBron is sitting on the bench, sometimes you get scared with the Lakers that not this year because they have Schroeder, but last year they didn't really have anybody until they picked up Rondo. Some teams just don't have that, but they have a great reliable backup point guard that they really found a gem in, can score, pick and roll with Dwight Powell, pick and pop with Maxi Kleber and KP is nasty. Other side, Sadiq Bey had a good game. Corey Joe had a good game. 2 great role players. Corey Joe taking it back to his Indiana days. Jeremy Grant obviously playing amazing all year. Should be most improved this year, to be honest. Mason Plumlee, again, he's been having a great season. He had 16 rebounds this year, I think. He's fighting for that spot with Isaiah Stewart. They're trying to turn it in the younger direction. Isaiah Stewart is nothing to be played with, for real. They got Killian Hayes, Isaiah Stewart, Jeremy Grant, Sadiq Bey. They got a good young core over there. They kept up with the Mavericks most of the game until the 4th quarter. Luka really turned on the Jets with them. But yeah, it was a great game. Good to watch. Pistons don't really have anything in it except for getting their young guys in, and that's probably why Mason Plumlee has been fighting with Isaiah Stewart a lot. But there's nothing you could do. Whenever a team is rebuilding, Mason Plumlee's has got to tip his hat to Isaiah Stewart, the next young guy up, and just be like, hey, you got to perform. And that's what he's been doing. Isaiah Stewart has been really balling out. The next game we're going to be talking about is the Cavs versus the Bulls. My Cavs. I'm from Ohio. I love the Cavs. We beat the Bulls. Granted, without Zach LaVine, but we beat the Bulls. Vucevic only had 9 points. Their best players were Kobe White and Lauri Markkanen. Whenever Vucevic is only giving you 9 points on 33% shooting, you can't do anything with that. They don't have a chance without Zach LaVine in the lineup. Honestly, they don't have a chance to make the playoffs. This might have brought, I don't know the standings. I think they're still 10th and we're 11th. But they might not even make the play-in. We shouldn't make the play-in. Colin Sexton, Darius Garland, though, had a great game. 55 points combined. Sexton had 30. Garland had 25. Jared Allen playing great defense as always. Great lob threat. Larry Nance had a good game tonight. You guys probably don't care about this game, but it was a good game. It was a good game to watch. Very exciting. These two teams are fun to watch. Bulls are especially more fun to watch when Zach LaVine's playing, but they're still a fun team to watch. Kobe White's electric. The Cavs got a good young core over there, though. They got Okoro, Jared Allen, Colin Sexton, Darius Garland. Larry Nance probably isn't in that timeline, but they got a good young core. They know what they're doing. We didn't have JB Biggerstaff today. We had our assistant coach, and he got the win, thankfully. But, yeah, won by 14. Great win by the Cavs. Next to the games that I didn't get to go watch in depth, these games are the ones that I didn't watch fully. Hopefully I get to go back and watch them, but I'll go over them briefly. The Suns and the 76ers, I saw was a great game. Suns ended up coming up on top by 3. Embiid almost made this full court heave, in and out off the backboard. Crazy. Matisse Thybulle clamping up Devin Booker. Devin Booker, I think, ended up with 17 points and off 40% shooting. Not that good of a night for him. Pretty decent otherwise. The Suns are nothing to be played with. Definitely have to see in the playoffs, but Chris Paul is that man. Bringing these teams that really need this one piece to get over the hump into the playoffs. Bringing OKC last year to get over the hump into the playoffs. They didn't think they could do it with CP3, but he ended up doing it. I think they were projected to like 2.5% to make it into the playoffs. Ended up making it as a 6th seed. He's crazy. Monty Williams is definitely a good coach for Phoenix, don't get me wrong, but CP3, the real leader of that team, able to bring that team into the playoffs as a 2nd seed. They're a 2nd seed right now. I did not expect them to be that good. Honestly, I didn't. We'll obviously have to see in the playoffs to see like how good they are. Chris Paul's the only one with playoff experience. You still got some young guys in DeAndre Ayton, D Book, Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson. They're all young. But that team, nothing to be played with, for real. 76ers, Embiid is really in the MVP conversation too, except for the games that he's missed. I would put him 2nd or 3rd. Like I said earlier, he's really that good. It's crazy that 2 centers are in the discussion for top 2 MVP candidates this year, when it's only been scorers like James Harden, Giannis, LeBron, Russell Westbrook. 2 centers are in the top 3 for MVP candidates this year. Crazy. Raptors beat the Nets. Nets didn't end up having KD or Harden. KD went down with that thigh contusion, and Harden's been out for a little bit now. Kyrie had a good game. Blake Griffin played decent, but Raptors, OG Anunoby, Pascal Siakam, great games. Kyle Lowry had his big impact as always. Gary Trent didn't have a good game off the bench, but this dude's still going to get paid either way. He's been playing amazing all year, even since last year in the bubble. He's been playing great. Pacers beat the Thunder. Don't know what else to expect. Thunder are starting Theo Maledon, Darius Bazley. Like, they're good players, but they don't have anything on the Pacers. Maledon did have a good game. So did Bazley. Bazley had a huge game today. I think 20-plus points. But without Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, they're not going to be doing much. Pacers didn't have Sabonis, but Brogdon had a big game, 20 plus points, 15 rebounds. LeVert's obviously back on the court. Glad to see him healthy and back on the court. But without Miles Turner's also out. Missed some time with him. Probably why it's such a close game. But yeah, without Shea and Sabonis, I didn't really have any interest in watching this game. But it was a good game nonetheless. Washington Wizards extend their win streak to 6 over the Warriors today. Wiggins smoked the layup when they were losing by 2. I can't believe he did that. I don't know. Sometimes he's just lights out. Sometimes he just can't hit anything. Tonight in the fourth quarter, in the second half mainly, looked like he couldn't hit anything. He's been playing pretty decent, but it's been the story of his career. No defensive effort, really. Sometimes he does. He's getting better for sure. But he had this step back, and then he airballed the shot. Smoked the layup, pretty much wide open to tie the game. Can't be doing that. But, yeah, the Wizards ended up extending their win streak to 6. I believe they are 7th seed or 8th seed in the East now. They're playing amazing ball since they got the chemistry. Russell Westbrook, Bradley Beal, amazing. New York Knicks. New York basketball is back, for real. Julius Randle's a beast. RJ Barrett's super underrated. ESPN made a top 25 under the age of 25 list. Somehow he was left off of it. I don't know how. Could have even gotten some all-star votes here and there this year. He's been playing phenomenal this year. Defense is looking amazing. Can get to the bucket, shoot pretty well. The only thing that I have on him is the first half, he always shoots bad, and then the second half, he's amazing. Like 2 nights ago, had 18 points in the third quarter, but 1 for 8 in the first half. Tonight, I think it was 1 for 10, and then the second half, he started to turn it up a little bit. But the Knicks started beat the Nets. They beat the Hawks tonight. They were battling all night. They were down by 7 in the fourth quarter at one point. Then they were up by 7, and then Bogdanovich with 6 seconds left hit this corner shot, tied the game. Julius Randle missed his fadeaway to win the game, sent the game to overtime. They ended up winning by 10. New York basketball is really the real deal this year. The Jazz beat the Rockets. Obviously, the Rockets aren't very good this year, but the Jazz don't have Donovan Mitchell. Get well soon, Donovan Mitchell. The Gobert had a great game. Rockets don't really have a center, so that's probably why. That's definitely why. Mike Conley also had a good game. Can't really knock the Rockets. John Wall, 20-plus points. Glad to see Christian Wood back on the floor. He had 17, I think. Jayshawn Tate, I've been loving his game all year. Was a fan of him at Ohio State. I think he could have been in the league earlier. Technically, he's a rookie this year. But he was playing in Australia 2 years ago, last year. Saw him in the Summer League. Playing great. He can do everything. I think he had 8, 5, and 5 tonight. Playing great. The Heat beat the Spurs. Tyler Hero had a huge fourth quarter tonight. Spurs were keeping it close all night. Tyler Hero had 14. I think the Spurs had 15 in the fourth quarter. Almost outscored them by himself. Bam Adebayo had a great game. Jimmy Butler obviously had impact all over the court all game long. Heat are playing pretty good ball. Wish they still had Jay Crowder. Jay Crowder is also a key piece to that Suns team. Do not sleep on him. They really needed a guy like him all year, but Heat have been balling out. They're doing pretty good. Nothing to say about them after they beat the Spurs. Spurs, all they really got is DeMar DeRozan, DeJounte Murray, Keldon Johnson. They really stand no match, but Heat won by 20. Clippers extend their win streak after beating the Grizzlies. Jaren Jackson Jr.'s first game back. Glad to see him back. 15 minutes limited time, obviously working his way back, trying to get back into shape, everything like that. 8 points, knocked a triple right as soon as he got in. His defense was really missing on this Grizzlies team. Xavier Tillman's been playing well. Jonas Valanciunas been playing well. But you missed a guy like Jaren Jackson Jr. who can go all over the floor, play defense, pick and pop, lob threat, everything. He can do everything at such a young age. He's amazing. Lastly, a meaningless, amazing game. The Kings and the Timberwolves. I saw the score. I was watching some highlights of it. Looked like a great game. De'Aaron Fox and Buddy Hield, Karl Anthony Towns and D'Angelo Russell. I think the Kings ended up winning by 3. De'Aaron Fox had 30. Buddy Hield had 29. D'Angelo Russell should not be coming off the bench for Ricky Rubio. I don't know why. D'Angelo Russell's main position was a point guard. He is a better 2 guard, but he can still ball handle. He should be playing over Ricky Rubio, in my opinion. Probably just don't want the defensive liability on all 3 of their best players. Jared Vanderbilt's another dude who has been playing great all year since he's gotten the minutes. Yeah, that's about it for tonight. Let me know if you guys want to keep seeing this series. I love talking about basketball, just recapping all the games I get to watch. So let me know down in the comments what games you want me to talk about, what team's your favorite, and what was your favorite part of this. And peace out.